I mean,
Alright, so listen, we spent a long time on that,
Yeah.
the bulk of the show. So before we get out of here, we want to at least touch on one more thing so we could diversify it up. So, I was having a conversation with somebody about keeping in touch with friends and whose responsibility is it? Should it be one? Should it be natural? If you don't reach out to each other, are y'all friends? And all of that. And it got me thinking because I felt two different ways on it. I remember feeling at a time and place where it's like, yo, if you fuck with somebody and you don't hear from them, you reach out, you find them to see what's going on because people go through shit all the time. But then I got older and kind of felt like, yo, everybody's busy, everybody goes through shit. If you fuck with someone, you love them, it only takes 5 minutes to send a text or give a call or see how they're doing.
mm-hmm.
So I genuinely sometimes be torn between the two. So I wanted to ask how each of y'all feel about it. If y'all feel differently, agree, disagree, how y'all feel about y'all friendships and communication.
You want to start it off, or you want me to start?
I started off. Dallas, it's funny you mention that because you know, like, how I'm big on, like, family and friends.
Me and you have this conversation?
Yeah, you know I'm big on that.
Yes.
Life is too short to not tell your friends or your family you love them, right? With me saying that, I think as we get older, we all got different responsibilities, like you said, family and kids and all that good shit. You have to understand at the end of the day that our responsibilities and, you know, having kids and family, it kind of come. I'm not gonna say 1st, but you know it plays a part in the situation. So you have to
Take that into account.
Yeah, and you know your friend work schedule. Like for example, I'm gonna talk about me and you. And you know I do 80 to 90 hours of fucking weekend work. Yeah, we might not touch bases, even though we have a podcast together, we might not touch bases here and there all the time, but we definitely touch bases. I think it's both. I think it's both people. You know, reach out to you here, reach out to me. I always send you videos.
What type of shit?
I always send you all kind of shit that's going on.
Like, I want Cash to go, but before you go, I want to make a point that what you just said is what made me flip it. Because when I used to feel like, yo, people get busy, there's life, there's no reason to hear from. Literally, when I stopped feeling like that, I used you as an example. Because I explained, like, niggas got 2 jobs, all type of shit going on, and whatever, even if it's a text, niggas will speak. Even if it's a text, funny, whatever, 2 minutes. So if he could do that, why can't my man who has no job ever reach out? Or
because I'm big on family and friends. I'm big on family, but you know that about me. The way I grew up with my family.
You feel like that's a different level of friendship.
And I don't have no real brothers.
So I want to know how you feel about it, Cash.
brothers.
Like, where do you sit on that? Like,
Yeah, like, well, with me though, I ain't gonna lie, cause I got a couple friends that we don't even speak, but when
because you're super busy, right? Or it's both.
it's both.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm busy, they busy, but when we do speak, I mean, it's like we ain't miss a beat. Like me in Hollywood, we ain't speak for years, but then when we reconnected, it was like niggas ain't miss a beat. You feel me?
Just catching up.
Yeah,
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? So, and I guess it depends on the type of character you guys see. Me,
I'm laughing. I got a funny story because you said something. I gotta tell a story. This is real. This is a real fact. I gotta tell a story. This is crazy, and I hate to even say this shit. One day I went to a club, right, and I met this girl, and I got her number. And then I'm still partying. We still in the club, and I met this another girl, right, who I knew. We went to college together. And so I'm talking to her, and we communicating this, that, and the third. And she asked me, said, "You was over there talking to that girl?" I said, "Oh, nah, my homeboy was." She's like, I said, "Why? What happened?" She's like, "That's my cousin. I don't fuck with her no more." I said, in my mind, I goes, "Oh, God, here we go." But this is my younger days. I mean, I'm talking, this is 15 years ago.
Yeah.
At least 15 years ago. Right? So I started dealing with the cousin before I started dealing with the girl who I really was interested in. We went to college together, so I knew her, and I was like, I like her.
Yeah.
So when I seen her in the club finally, that's why I approached her. But so long story short, I'm talking to the cousin, right? and she's talking about everything, and she's like, yeah, I don't fuck with my cousins. I said, what happened? She said, I don't fuck with her like that. Just like that. I know who she's talking about. She don't know I know who she's talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm just listening, like, you know, long story short, me and her started dealing together. I was wild when I was younger, like. So she came over my house on a Tuesday.
Story time.
Ronnie Geez,
From
right?
Ronnie Geez.
We're gonna have a whole tone and everything.
Yeah, I got it. So I ended up dealing with. I like knocked it down on a Wednesday. Thursday, her cousin reached out to me, and I'm like, oh, all right, well, we can hang out. So she's like, yeah, are you busy Friday? I'm like, no. So she comes over. I knock her down. So now I'm in a relationship with both of them, right? And then they don't speak. And eventually, I would say like a year and a half down the line, right?
Mm-hmm.
They started talking again.
Of course, they family.
And like,
It'd be like that.
and you want to hear something funny? I was with the cousin like more. So I done been to like family birthdays and cookouts and we taking pictures and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you know, I'm rocking with the cousin a little bit. The one I really like just come over basically for a booty call. Like she'd come over, and she lived a little far away, so she wouldn't come over that much.
Mm-hmm.
So then she would come and, you know, get it in.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, eventually they ran into each other in the mall. And I will never forget that conversation. My phone rang just randomly, and I'm like, hello? And she was like, Ron. And I'm like, yes. You know? The bitch never called me Ron a day in my life. You know, it was always baby, honey, sweetheart.
When a woman calls you
You
by
your
your first
name?
name, you're in trouble.
It just threw me off. I'm like, huh? I'm like, hey, what's up, sweetheart? She's like, you know, da-da-da-da-da? I'm like, who? She's like, do you know, I'm like, from where? She was like, nah, don't lie to me. I'm like, I'm not sure who you're asking because I know a lot of this person names. Like, I know this, I grew up with this girl, she was down the block, her name, no. The one from the club that night. Like, yeah, maybe, you know. I'm like, oh man, I don't really know her like that. She's like, no, you don't know her. She showed me pictures of her sitting on your lap at my family dinner bar, and I'm just like, yeah. She's like, I told you, that was my cousin. And I'm just like, well, both of them, the moral of the story is, both of them, I lost both girls at one shot.
Yeah, check it out. We got a little off track.
It did.
I just had to tell
I
that
was trying
story.
to get it. Cash was
$1,000
I'm glad you remember
I had
the
to-
question. I appreciate you.
I had to